everybody. Oh man, the title. Yeah, baby.
Yeehaw.
Turn to the f***ing Austin Powers for a second there, huh?
Yeah, baby. it's us, awake people.
Well, you at least have an excuse because you're Australian. Like,
I thought you were gonna make an excuse of me being sleepy, but yes. Hello, everyone. This is Kobuddy. I've taken over their channel.
it's true. Anyway, I have a thing. I made a slight edit to the usual Meth Mondays image.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Don't be heel to the stuff of. No, not again.
We'll get into it, but
Not again. Come
we'll
on.
get into it.
No. Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
So the episode that just came out today,
Mm.
is Rick versus the Doctor.
Mm.
Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty and the Doctor from Doctor Who, obviously.
Oh, that's his last name. Okay.
Yeah, Sanchez.
I call him Rick and Morty.
Anyway, let us get into it. I don't think I have anything else to bring up, so.
Oh.
Rick Sanchez, the Doctor.
Ocarina of Time was turning for 1 second. Is this Superman versus Ocarina of Time?
Win an all-out brawl. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And
Sorry, I was.
I'm
I'm just looking at my Twitter tags and guessing the next time.
Everything about Morty Smith's life was perfectly average. Average house, average family, average school.
Maybe slightly below average
Oh,
intelligence.
yeah,
but
I guess I
everything
will say
changed.
this. Vague, I guess maybe trigger warnings towards Rick and Morty's whole shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Changed
look
the
at that
day
TV
his grandpa
poster.
Rick came home.
Yeah, in style. Because Rick Sanchez is anything but
I've
average.
seen the
Rick is
pilot
easily
episode
the
and that's
smartest
it.
man in the universe, and its most dangerous.
What about
criminal.
you?
He spent years on
I've
a run
always
from the
seen
Galactic
very,
Federation,
like,
going on
clips of it.
adventures across the multiverse.
Yeah.
Who cares about the emotional trauma from abandoning his daughter, right?
I've
and
heard,
then
like-
he took her son and put him in life-threatening danger.
The
Bye.
first
Thus formed the
3
greatest duo
seasons
of
are
the
pretty
generation, Rick
Yeah.
and Morty.
That's
Yeah, mostly
kind of
Rick.
it.
Morty's the cannon fodder who smuggles grapefruit.
How many seasons are there?
And that's
7,
just the
I
first
think.
episode.
Rick is
Oh.
an unparalleled inventor, always ready to face even the squanchiest of alien foes.
Yeah,
He's got
that's
your
kind of like
usuals.
what
Laser gun, invisibility
the
belt,
stuff
shrink
that I
ray,
gathered about Rick and
cyborg
Morty
implants,
is
the works.
As
the
well
entire
as
point is that
some
he's supposed to be
weirder
like
things,
a-
a Mr. Meeseeks box, which can
He's-
summon an
he's smart
infinite
as fuck,
number of
but,
irritating
you know,
temporary
he
life
sucks.
forms that will work tirelessly to accomplish a given task.
Or a series of android decoys that are so perfectly created, they don't even realize they're decoys. Which leads them to create decoys that create decoys, and so on.
Rick's gadgets can
That's pretty
erase your
fucked up.
memories, manipulate and travel through time, and even make a surface true level. As in, perfectly flat, something normally mathematically impossible. So beautiful that experiencing it for only a moment before returning to non-Euclidean space can emotionally scar you for life.
He can even inject you with his own genetic info and instantly chest burst a clone of himself from
Yeah.
inside you, like a pasty alcoholic xenomorph. What the hell?
Rick and Morty travel the
What
universe in
happens
the
in this
Space
series?
Cruiser. Powered by a microverse
I mean,
under
that-
the hood, this compact starship comes
that's
equipped with
pretty-
laser
that's pretty
cannons,
par
a
for the
fishing line
course.
that can tow a solar system, and a unique artificial intelligence.
With all that crazy sci-fi gear, Rick and Morty's adventures were absolutely bonkers.
From disentangling a time loop created by alien snakes to battling the metafictional story lord, to Rick turning himself into a pickle to avoid family.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
And a Russian lover as a vegetable then addresses feelings.
also,
a fruit.
Because
secret
boy,
sauce,
oh
haha.
boy, does he have a lot of them.
That's a meme,
Behind the
right?
fun jokes and lubba-lubba-dub-dubs, Rick harbors bitter emotional agony.
Way back when, in a completely different
my food's
universe,
underway.
the Rick we know had a happy life until another Rick from another universe took it all away, the bastard.
But like me, Rick is a true inventor, and this tragedy spurred him to craft his greatest creation, the portal gun.
My scans indicate it creates holes through all aspects of space-time, allowing Rick to travel anywhere in the multiverse. It sounds exhausting.
It can do more than that. It can slice you in half, set up traps, and even...
That's coming out of your paycheck.
No.
I think my
Decades
food's
of
here.
traveling the multiverse hunting down
Alright,
a man who
I'll
ruined his life dark
Thank you, Oreo. The problem with watching live with Oreo. He's so
in Rick's heart. He began to ask himself, if there are an infinite number of universes with an infinite number of each person, how did any individual life matter?
Sounds like he's overthinking it.
Like the time he accidentally turned all of
Existentialism.
humanity into
Yeah.
horrific Cronenbergs. He and Morty had to escape to a parallel universe where they swap places with recently deceased versions of themselves. What does that do to a person?
Makes them badass.
fucked
When
up.
Rick found the
Yeah.
interdimensional council of Ricks, he kicked their teeth in. Like they
Like,
say,
this is part of
he's
the
the
reason
Rickest
why,
Rick
like,
of them all.
That
early
he
Rick and
is.
Morty
Just
was
touching the hem of his coat can
well-regarded as
activate his
it
energy shield or
approached
even
upon,
induce
like,
instant death. Yes, instant.
interesting,
No,
like,
it isn't explained why.
philosophical topics,
Though considering
in
this
addition to
reaction,
the
it's likely a chemical
toilet
release
humor.
through the coat's lining.
Rickest
Yeah,
Rick whiz.
it's-
He's dodged an orbital
I don't know if
space
it's a
laser
good
from
one-to-one,
just a few feet away. He's so
like,
smart,
comparison,
he figured
but,
out
like, kind of
he's in a
BoJack
TV
Horseman,
show.
right?
Yep,
Yeah, a
really.
little bit.
Perhaps most
Yeah.
mysterious
Probably
is Operation
BoJack
Phoenix,
is probably,
a series
like,
of clone bodies that his
more
consciousness can be
towards,
uploaded
like,
to upon
the
his death. Despite
darker
eventually
side,
taking it offline, his mind
while,
is still connected
Yeah.
to every other Operation Phoenix across the multiverse.
Giving him an infinite number of extra lives, even if some of them are shrimps and fascists.
Some of his devices can destroy the Earth, the
Fascists.
universe,
Sure, why
even
not?
numerous alternate timelines. He actually did that just to manipulate the stock market.
Though underneath the drunken god complex, there's still a glimmer of the family man Rick used to be.
Well, as much as he insists that love is just a chemical reaction in the brain, he does care about his daughter and grandkids. And Jerry, sometimes.
He's taken on an alien Zeus, the president of the United States, and the actual devil, even exiting the bounds of fiction into meta-reality, fighting Jesus H. Leaping Christ himself, and meeting Joseph Campbell. Talk about a hero's journey.
Challenge Rick at your will.
I enjoy
He might
those
look like
things
a
being
scrawny, drunken
stated as
septuagenarian,
comparable.
and he is, but he's also somehow the greatest
I don't even know who the
warrior in
last person was,
universe.
but I'm just
And you can
nodding.
lick his balls.
Ian Chesterton and Barbara Wright were just your average school teacher.
I mean,
less than average student. Susan
bias.
was odd, almost like an
No,
alien.
no bias here.
And when they met her grandfather and his police box, they found out
I've
why.
actually
They
seen this
were
season,
aliens,
like the first
and that
ever season
police
of Doctor
box was
Who.
Yeah,
the
Lord,
TARDIS,
this is
a two-in-one
old
spaceship
shit.
and time machine.
Thus, they were
It's
whisked
so
away into
funny.
the stars, kicking off over half a century of timey-wimey adventures with a revolving cast of companions like Sarah Jane Smith, Rose Tyler, the Brigadier, Amy Pond, and
Now, have
so
you
many
seen any
more.
of Doctor
Complete
Who?
with the cheesiest
I saw a
special
little bit
effects
of the
you've
Michael
ever
Eccleston
seen.
run.
This madman
Yeah.
in the box had a name he would never tell, and a history
that
he
was
would
about
always
it,
run
though.
from. He was only
That's
known
fair.
as the Doctor.
I've seen
Doctor
9,
Who,
10,
exactly.
11,
Doctor
a
exactly.
little bit of
Though
12,
the
and a little
Doctor's
bit of
origins are
13.
shrouded in
But then,
mystery,
and
we
then,
know
but
they
then
were born
10 is
several
coming
thousand
back,
years
and
ago
like
and earned
also
degrees in
Catherine
cosmic
Tate's
science
coming
and
back, and I'm
higher
just like,
physics.
But he
okay,
got bored with
this
the
was made for
stuffy
me.
Time Lord bureaucrats, stole a TARDIS, and explored time and
He
space
likes
as a
silly
runaway. Who
babies.
can forget those adventures chasing dinosaurs on a
Oh, he
spaceship,
doesn't like
doing
apples 'cause
Robin
he's a
Hood with spoon,
doctor.
or shoving Hitler in a closet.
Yeah, we know it's kind of weird. It's British.
But if you don't know who's who, you're
British.
probably wondering, who are all these people? A bunch of old guys, young guys, a lady, and one of the Three Stooges. What?
The Doctor is a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. Time Lords may look human, but couldn't be more different. Not only do they have two hearts, they literally experience time.
So it's interesting you mentioned that, Drains, Dan, about the first season actually complete. I don't know about the first season, but I've mentioned them before, but the G1 blog, which does like predictions for Death Battles.
Yeah.
Like what they think Death Battles, who they'll sell one.
Mhm.
They brought up how a lot of Doctor Who materials is just flat out lost media.
It
Like-
is, especially the second Doctor, I think it was.
Like, it is so difficult to research Doctor Who as, like, a franchise because how much of it is just gone.
Because once upon a time, history lesson for you all, I guess, is that they didn't care about TV shows, so they'll just like, okay, we've put this show to live, let's reuse this tape. Haha.
Yeah, I mean, not
Goodbye.
even, like, the TV show, like, the TV episodes, but also, like, books and stuff like that, novels.
Yeah.
Are just gone.
Yeah, I think 2 got hit bad and 3, especially. I think 4 was the Scarf guy, and there's a lot of episodes of him.
I thought Scarf was 6.
I think it's 4 or 6. It's an even number.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
Doctor List.
Differently. They can see past, present, and future
Registrar
all at
of
once. They can
Practitioners.
resist
Yeah,
temporal
I really
phenomena such
should have
as
seen
time
that
stops
coming.
And can tamper with fixed points in time. They're effectively acausal beings.
This makes them super hard to predict and nearly impossible to erase from any timeline. They can even breach the bounds of space and talk directly to you. Yes, you at home. Hello there.
Time
Me.
Lords are practically walking Deus Ex Machinas. In fact,
No
a lot
form
of
of
them would be proud
Scarfy.
to be called that.
Yeah, the duck
Okay.
ran away for a reason. Time Lords are a bit dodgy.
The Doctor has hypnotized with a glance, resisted mind control, survived deadly radiation, and even learned transmigration. As in, the ability to summon an object out of thin air. Sounds crazy, but it's
Yeah,
apparently
normal
standard
things.
fare for Time Lord Academy.
But the reason why there are so many doctors is that Time Lords have a funny way of cheating death.
Upon receiving a fatal wound, the Doctor undergoes regeneration, gaining a new, healthy body.
It's way more than that. While reloading, the
I
Doctor's
love
regrown
this
lost
regeneration
limbs
so
become
much. It's
strong
such a
enough to knock
funny
down steel
way
doors
to
and
get.
even weaponized his own time
Also,
energy.
knocking down
Downside
steel
being,
doors,
if a
a
Time
very
Lord
important
dies
feat.
during regeneration, that ends the process permanently.
To date, we've seen 14 versions of the Doctor, plus a few extras mixed in here and there. Hell, by the time you're watching this, you've probably seen the 15th. Or the 16th.
The experiences each Doctor gains changes and affects the next Doctor, and the next, and so on. Each Doctor maintains the same memories, but with an all-new personality.
Some like
Thanks,
bow
Cyrus.
ties, some like jelly babies, some kick butt with Venusian karate, and some
Oh,
really
yeah.
hate the monarchy. Probably 'cause
Yeah, I
they're
remember the
werewolves.
skin
But
alien
they
one.
always have
Moisturize
one thing in
me.
They are British.
Well, one other thing in common. The Doctor always enjoys the thrill of adventure, and they've got plenty of tech to help, like the sonic screwdriver. Utilizing
Yeah.
sonic waves to manipulate nearby objects, it can pick locks,
Because we
cause detonations,
know.
and fry circuitry. It's sort of a Swiss Army plot device that can hack its way through most problems. The perfect pacifist tool for resolving conflict.
Its only weakness is that it doesn't do wood. Or turkey. Though considering it can destroy machines, disrupt molecules, and even erase memories, I'll take it.
The Doctor doesn't often carry weapons. There's an invisibility watch, a time travel ring,
Cool.
psychic paper that tricks basically everyone, and perception filters that prevents others from noticing certain things, even people.
But the Doc does reluctantly have a few
I think
weapons
that's
stored away,
6.
like the dematerialization gun.
It might look slapped together with Hobby Lobby pipes, but the DMAT can literally erase you from time. As in,
Okay.
cause you to have never
This is a
existed
giant
in the first
harpoon.
place.
But if you never existed, then the gun would have never needed to fire, which means you weren't wiped from existence, which means the gun would need to fire, which means...
Did you say something?
Well,
That's not
and we
the
never
only
gonna see him
terrorist
ever
tool in
again?
the
I
Doctor's
guess
box,
Tommy's
but we
just
gotta
fucking
talk about,
dead.
You know, the box.
Damn.
Shabby blue police box on the outside.
I really hope the
Incredible
next
time
episode
machine
they
that's
go, yeah, we
bigger
have
on
this
the
new guy
inside.
called Dummy.
This is the TARDIS.
The time and
Yeah!
relative dimension in space is a sentient ship that travels space and time with ease. It's strong enough to
And now
tunnel
it's like a-
planets, powerful enough to stop antimatter from destroying the universe, and tough enough to tank lightning from Zeus.
I can't make the
Yes,
actual
God
noises of a
Zeus.
TARDIS, but it has
It can
some
even
sounds.
adjust
It
its
goes
interior to an
woo.
infinite degree, both in terms of space and
Join
time.
this
So,
lot.
if the TARDIS doesn't like you, you might get lost inside it forever. Don't piss off the TARDIS.
Or any of the Doctor's enemies.
Yeah, well,
Some
there
of
was
the
one
universe's
episode where the
deadliest
TARDIS was a
monsters,
lady, I
Cybermen,
think.
Zygons, Weeping Angels.
And the Slitheen, the big chunky aliens that took over 10 Downing Street. and couldn't stop farting.
Even when the Doctor prefers not to resort to fisticuffs, he's tough enough to survive bolts of lightning that vaporize an ordinary human. He's even dodged half a dozen disintegration rays while also improvising several thousand calculations in a matter of nanoseconds.
Yeah, the Doctor's super smart. So smart, his brain once powered a 1,000-year-old supercomputer.
The Doctor's outwitted cosmic entities
Neil
like the
Gaiman
Great
did that
Intelligence,
one? Damn.
the Time Lord Nemesis, the Master, and apparently the original Satan, who isn't even the most frightening alien in the multiverse, because that would be the Daleks.
Alright,
Yeah.
they may look like
Their enemies are stairs,
but they can exterminate anything that gets in their way, even all of space and time, like when they battled the Time Lords to extinction in the last Great Time War.
A war that showed a darker side to the Doctor. Thrust into a conflict that put all of reality at risk, the Doctor became a warrior, a soldier, a killer.
A side of him that had always been there, hiding just under that cheeky grin.
Finally, in a single moment, the Doctor pressed a big red button to end the war and all of Gallifrey once and for all.
As much as he didn't like the Time Lords, the Doctor cares for life above all things. So genociding his own people was the worst thing that could possibly happen.
As the last of the Time Lords, the Doctor proved to be the most dangerous person in the universe. Isolation threatened to turn him into the very type of Time Lord he despised, a master who controls the laws of time, the Time Lord victorious.
And God help your immortal soul if you piss him off. If he's desperate or if you threaten his friends, you won't be prepared for how far he'll go. Like trapping you in every mirror in existence, imprisoning
that was
you
a
in
fun
the event
episode.
horizon of a collapsing galaxy, or suspending you in
That was like
time
the
to be
second
used as a
episode I ever
scarecrow.
saw.
Fortunately, Gallifrey wasn't destroyed. It turns out the Doctor, all of the Doctors, saved the Time Lords, but just forgot about it until time could catch up to them. It's complicated.
Still,
Normal
even their
things.
biggest L turned out to be a dub in disguise. That's how you know you're fantastic.
But a Doctor's job is never finished. Without witness, without reward, you'll never know when they'll show up to save the day. But if you
It's
happen to be up
Bessie!
against the Doctor, there's really
That
only
was the
one
car,
thing
right,
you can
Bessie?
do. Run. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
So yeah, I have a little
The
bit of a
weather's getting
bias.
colder, the days are getting shorter. It's the seasonal blues.
Really
And
so-
sad these
the
days
solo
is totally
one.
natural, but you can help counteract those feelings with therapy. It's something to look forward to
again,
keep you grounded, and
if
most
you've seen
importantly,
the
to give
episode,
you tools as you move
Probably
forward
don't
in life.
bet, but I ain't
And
your
as
dad.
we near the end of the year, the things everybody wants to do can get stressful. If you want help managing the chaos of everyday life, or actionable strategies to deal with trauma and loss,
Who
therapy
win?
might be for you.
Me.
BetterHelp is entirely
Yeah, it could go
online
either
and
way.
schedule.
It would be a big
All you gotta
mystery
do
who
is
they
fill
think
out
they
a quick
win.
questionnaire to get
It's a
matched
big
with licensed
mystery.
therapist.
And you can
I don't
switch
have any
therapists at
bias, so
any time for
love
no additional charge.
no one.
Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp.
Oh, did I
Visit
still?
BetterHelp.com/BetBattle
I still had
today
you who's
to
reading
get
this there on
10% off your
accident.
first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BetBattle.
Okay, so I put you who's reading this last time
Nice. That's cute.
because Purge versus Scooby ended in a tie.
Oh yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how to give a correct answer without giving that fact away.
Well, that could still be a win condition. Who's winning? It's me. It's me, the person who's reacting. One
All
sec,
right,
I need.
the
Okay, here we go.
set. We've run the data through
Like,
all
what?
possibilities.
The doctor's in Fall Guys?
Battle!
Why did no one tell me this?
Oh, jeez, Rick. It was my fault.
Shut the fuck up, Morty! I knew Time Lords were suicidal
Okay,
morons, but I didn't know.
They had to censor the fuck?
They censored the fuck. It's uncensored on in both the preview and the Rooster Teeth Rooster Teeth website.
No, they never invented
Fuck.
rearview mirrors.
Are you sick? You're the one who hit me. Oh, go on, I'm busy.
Yeah, didn't you say, like, the person who voiced the doctor has their own wiki article?
Yeah, they did a lot of tennis expressions in my face.
Hell yeah.
Holy, it was him. Keep Morty safe.
What are you... Uh-oh.
Oh, see, it's the whoa effect. Yeah, see, the whoa effect.
No! Oh, what did they do to you?
Hello?
This is Rick and Morty reference.
Okay.
Right, fine. Queensbury rules? A bit of Venusian karate?
Keep quipping, asshole. Maybe you'll find a good joke on the ground next to your teeth.
On guard! Oh, this place looks fun. Do they have a little shop? I like little shops.
I feel like I don't understand it, but I like the screaming sun. Oh, of course, the weeping angels.
Motherfucker.
Excuse me?
What? Oh, you brilliant old girl. Switching rooms around. Fantastic.
Ah.
It's fun to be the class clown till you get shot. Now hurry up. I got a grandson waiting on me. He won't die an idiot like you.
I know your type. The nihilist know-it-all. But through all this wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey rubbish, there's one thing you never quite understood. I'm the doctor, and I don't want to go.
Aha, he said the line. Oh, he's thinking with portals.
Quite impressive craft, Morty. You built it yourself?
I guess so.
Then you've got a bright future ahead. Don't be a cynic.
Don't be a cynic. I thought he was gonna recruit Morty.
Forget me, you'll haunt your ass.
Who the fuck are you?
KO! Live by the
Okay, that was pretty cute, actually.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I like this episode a lot. I think it was kind of obvious the Doctor was kind of gonna win, but
Yeah, they got I think they got the Doctor Who kind of vibes, and like you know that the Doctor's gonna win, but it's gonna be how? Because like we talked about this a bit off camera, so to speak, where it's what did I say? Superman versus Goku?
where yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like you know how Goku's all about overcoming like feats, and the Superman is the feat basically. It's a lot. I feel like the same with Doctor Who. Is just Rick and Morty is about well he's Rick is smart, but he kind of shoots himself in the foot. And the Doctor is humble enough to not be most of the time. Sometimes he's a dickhead. But I guess it's like, in a mystery novel, the detective's gonna solve the puzzle no matter what. And the Doctor is the detective here.
One thing that is, I think, some pretty fun attention to detail,
Yeah.
is the Doctor never actually goes on the offensive at all during the entire fight.
Yeah, that's what I noticed as well.
Yeah, he's usually always reacting to what Rick does,
Yeah.
which I think is very in character for both of them.
Yeah. Like Rick, he feels like I said, I haven't really seen much of Rick and Morty, but he's kind of like the shoot first, ask questions later type of guy, right?
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick was definitely in character. I think the biggest criticism I have about this episode, Rick's VA kind of sucks.
Really?
It's not a bad performance. It doesn't sound like Rick at all.
I haven't really heard Rick that much to really give her opinion.
Rick's voice is a lot deeper.
Yeah?
Than the voice actor did. Compared to the kind of like they still had kind of the gravel, but their voice was kind of a lot more high pitched and nasally. Whereas Rick's voice is a lot more deeper.
That's fair. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you haven't seen on Twitter, I made the joke about how I can't believe Death Bell found the one white guy voice actor that can't do a Rick Sanchez impression.
And do I say the next part? Dare I say the next part?
Go ahead.
I mean, you need to find a good person to actually
Oh.
cast. But Tish.
But yeah, no, I like the episode a lot.
Yeah.
I struggle like putting it either as like a high 8 or a low 9 personally.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think it's like my top favorite, but
I agree. Like, you know, and a little bit of a Doctor Who fan. And I think this would have been like maybe a 10 out of 10 on a different season, but you're surrounded by so much bangers that even a banger is less of a banger, you know?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. This season has just been so incredible, incredibly consistent quality-wise, which I bring up every fucking new episode.
Yeah.
But it's true!
It's true. Like, I think the only reason why it's not higher is just because, well, the episode before was, you know, dogs winning.
Yeah, God, Curtin versus Scooby is such a good episode. Have they made any Rick and Morty with a new VA yet? Yeah, there's a current ongoing season with the new VAs.
Yeah, that is kind of related. There was apparently a WinCon that was in the most recent Rick and Morty episode. I don't know if they addressed that at all.
So they actually are, albeit it gets black boxed.
Okay.
Which means that it gets brought up in like one of the boxes in the corners.
Oh.
Rather than like Wiz and Boomstick bring it up, because that's the thing where like, hey, the editors can actually put this in.
Yeah.
Rather than having the voice acting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I also really like the fact that like the Doctor doesn't directly kill Rick.
Yeah.
Like
Rick kills Rick.
Yeah, because Rick steals the DMAT.
Yeah.
Did it have feels full of moments like the other big episode? Sure. I mean, I think part of that. I think the thing with the Doctor's kind of little speech near the end was really good.
Yeah, it was cute. I know, like, I did like that he did the triple what, and I don't want to go, of course. Yeah, and of course they had to do the fucking Weeping Angels. There's no other bad guys in Doctor Who.
I mean,
but
I do actually really like the Weeping Angels segment because it does show the Doctor being like
cheeky bastard.
Cheeky little shit of him telling Rick to blink as much as possible.
I mean, it was a good part. It's like one of those things, like, if they're doing a crossover, they have to reference that kind of thing. But it's just me going, of course, sister, Weeping Angels.
One other thing I did like was when the part with, like, the screaming sun happened, the Doctor kind of reacted with, like, amusement.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, being terrified or grossed out by it.
Yeah, that's just like a regular day in Doctor Who land. It's kind of weird to have a screaming sun, but like it's not the worst thing that's happened.
Yeah, I think the Doctor definitely kind of stole the show here.
Yeah, it was the Doctor. Yeah, the Doctor show.
That'll happen sometimes in Death Battle episodes, but especially if a character is like especially more charismatic than other ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, also, like Blackjack Attack said, when he reached for the D-mat, he was actually reluctant to take it.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
really, really good
yeah.
attention to detail, especially on the part of the Doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I like the episode quite a bit. As someone who isn't really a big fan of Doctor Who or Rick and Morty.
It was good. I liked it. I would also say it's probably a 9 out of 10. Just because, again, any other season, this would probably be the 10 out of 10 one. 10 out of 10 it! Actually, no, I need to make it 10 out of 10. Never mind. 10 out of 10 it!
Portal?
Okay.
Die by the portal.
Let's break this down. First off, Rick and the Doctor could both dodge lasers, making them pretty even, so neither could reliably win a quick draw.
Also, neither have shown any consistent signs of strength all that different from an above-average human.
The Doctor could get a superhuman strength boost during regeneration, but that is fairly incidental. So as far as physical ability is concerned, neither had a significant edge.
But when it comes to weapons, Rick had way more deadly killing machines, a lot of which could wipe out whole planets, galaxies, and more. If he could get
Yeah,
the
I
jump
also
on
like that
the
the
Doctor, he'd
Doctor
have a
just
good
used
chance
a
of
fucking
winning.
Of
spoon.
course, there's similar speeds, but he probably wasn't getting that opportunity. There's no denying his firepower was superior overall, but that still had to contend with the Doctor's technology.
Yeah, despite all of Rick's crazy
Wait,
inventions,
can we go back
most of which could kill a
a
normal
minute?
person instantly, the
How far back?
When it showed the 11th Doctor.
Physical ability is concerned, neither had a significant edge.
But when it comes to weapons, Rick had
A significant
its galaxies and more. If he could get the jump
It's
on
up
the
to this
Doctor,
point, I
he'd
think.
have a good
Yeah,
chance
I
of
think
winning.
it's,
Of course,
little
there's
after
similar
this.
speeds, but he probably wasn't getting that opportunity.
It's
There's no
just
denying
a
his
very
firepower was
unrelated
superior
thing,
overall,
but
that
it's just
still
an actor behind. Yeah, is that like Game of Thrones, man?
Oh god, probably. I have not seen anything Game of Thrones, so.
I think that is. I think that's a guy from Game of Thrones. Sorry, I saw him. I was like, it's Game of Thrones,
to
man.
contend with the Doctor's technology.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
despite all of Rick's crazy inventions, most of which could kill a normal person instantly, the Doctor matched or countered pretty much all of it.
Being a Time Lord meant he could resist any time-warping trickery Rick threw at him, and the sonic screwdriver could hack and even destroy nearly everything Rick had. The Sonic has even disabled teleportation and time travel technology before, making it more than capable of hijacking Rick's portal gun, which has been hacked in the past.
With that gun, Rick was kind of a sitting duck.
Operation Phoenix makes killing Rick permanently almost impossible. But the Doctor's reality-altering tech like the D-Mat meant there would be no Rick left to upload to a new body at all,
I guess
effectively
that's
ending
the,
the fight in a single
black box
shot.
there.
And that was hardly the only reality-warping super weapon the Doctor had access to. The Doctor's technology presented a clear advantage.
Now let's talk ships. This one's pretty clear-cut. The space cruiser was a deadly machine that towed a solar system, but the TARDIS single-handedly held off a universe-destroying event. That's an edge for the Doctor.
But perhaps most important of all was their experience and
TARDIS is so
intelligence.
incredibly
Rick mastered
broken.
space and time to the point of becoming a veritable god. But you could say the same for the Doctor, who is way older. It's kind of like the Doctor has been Rickin' for many times longer than Rick himself.
And when
Oh my
push
God.
comes to shove, the Doctor is just as experienced of a warrior as Rick ever was, if not more so.
11 spent 900 years battling Daleks, Cybermen, Sontarans, and more on Trenzalore and came out on top.
And don't forget how quickly the Doctor can formulate, calculate, and initiate plans. Like when he dodged half a dozen rays and improvised thousands of calculations in
The
his
fatal
head
flaw
to
is
siphon the ray's
recklessness,
energy
yeah.
into a teleporter, all in a matter of nanoseconds.
Rick usually relies on being the smartest guy in the room. When he's forced to battle people at his own level, he's often outsmarted, like with the Prime Rick or, gasp, a Morty.
Rick was a formidable genius, but the Doctor's incredible technology, unmatched intelligence, and thousands of years of experience gave him the win.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah.
I bet Rick was absolutely mortified to lose.
The winner
Oh,
is the
jeez,
Doctor.
that was a pun.
So I do want to talk briefly a
Sorry.
little bit about the result here.
Yeah?
I sent you the G1 blog
Yeah.
last night or 2 nights ago technically when it came out.
Yeah.
There are arguments you can make for the Doctor being like this is gonna sound insane to any normal person, but fucking hyper-reversal in power, which is a dumbass buzzword by power scalers.
Hyper-reversal.
I do kind of like that they went solely off of, like, comparing their tech and shit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And
It's what people want to see.
It's a lot more digestible to, like, an average audience, which is funny considering they went into shit like lore scaling for the Dragonborn, but
Yeah. Also, you know, they would have to sit through like 60, 70 years of Doctor Who.
oh god, yeah, someone calculated it out, and it was like if you spent 8 hours a day watching Doctor Who from the first Doctor all the way to the current one, it would take you a couple years to watch the entire thing.
Woohoo!
There's a lot of Doctor Who, it turns out.
I can just recommend some episodes instead.
Hi,
Don't
I'm
Blink
Ben,
is one of the
voice
best
Riz.
ones,
Thank you
of
so much
course.
for watching. We are about to announce the next
The Weekly
episode, but
Nature one.
before we do that, if you're not a Death Battle member yet, click that join button below. See what you're missing.
Ooh, it's Goku! Was that super? Yep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Is this where you have opinions?
Yes.
I'm ready. I have my food out. I'm listening.
So, when that got revealed, I was about as annoyed as pretty much everyone else. Because this is the third fucking time. It's the third fucking time they're doing this episode.
Woohoo! Is Goku gonna lose again? Probably.
Well, maybe. That's kind of the interesting thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
this
then
is the third time.
And Goku's lost both times.
I was very, very annoyed when this was revealed. If you shook it up, nah, it's not. What? You might have seen my tweet earlier today of me posting a Homelander gif.
I did see that.
Of him just staring at the fucking theater screen with a blank face. That was basically my reaction at the time.
Woohoo! I don't really have big opinions, so I'm very interested.
And for the record, for the last couple days, the crew had been teasing that the next time reveal was going to be something unexpected and pretty controversial. Which, yeah, it's definitely both of those. For the record, my original guess for what the controversial episode was going to be was Joker from Persona 5 versus Giorno from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5.
Yeah.
The reason why that's controversial is because everyone thinks it's a stomp matchup that no one can determine who's doing the stomping.
I also thought it was the Joker because they said you'll never see it coming, and I thought it was a haha funny reference to what it was going to be.
I definitely did not expect that. However, and like I said, I was annoyed.
Yeah.
However, then I started seeing people's responses to this
and they got mad.
Whoop, that is the wrong thing to bring up.
Alright, let's have a looky. Go, buddy! Shut up for 1 second. Go, buddy!
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why I added that, last part there.
People have been shitheads, I'm guessing?
People have been very rude to the staff.
That sucks.
I mean, the Discord moved so fucking fast that
Mm,
it's hard for me to remember exact statements, but I do
mm.
remember several, and I should repeat, this is in the official Death Battle Discord that you have to
Oh
pay.
boy.
You have to pay to get into.
Oh no.
You have to be a YouTube member to get into this Discord.
Hmm.
And people know staff members read and interact with the community.
Yeah.
So when you're calling, when you're saying shit like, what idiot thought this was a good idea?
Yeah, people are gonna see that. What the fuck?
Maybe think about that for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, Roman Noodle. However, again, my opinion
Mm.
was turned both by that and their kind of reasonings for doing it. First off, let me pull this up real quick.
I wonder if this is the tweet that kind of clued me in.
No. I mean, this would just tell you.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, they are bringing in Heroes, Xenoverse scaling for Goku.
Okay.
And Infinite Frontier, which it's apparently just like the new thing of DC where like all previous DC stories were canon. I don't really get it, but whatever. The second thing is you're gonna get jump scared by epic rap battles of history in just a second. Is as you can see, they changed the titles of the
original classic. Oh,
Goku vs Superman 2.
Irrelevant
sequel.
That's funny.
So, cause yeah, the second one is not well regarded. Cause that's where the argument of Limitless Superman and Superman's a bad, boring character. But yeah, the main reason why they're this is pretty much solely, in a lot of ways, this episode is solely for the team. They understandably, that's the wrong thing. They understandably are very attached to this matchup, Ben especially.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is pretty much the one that kind of put them on the map.
Yeah.
If you've heard of Death Battle at all, you probably heard about it when they did Goku versus Superman. Like, let's totally be real here. So they really, because what they've said is to treat this episode like the previous two never happened.
Okay, that's fine with me.
They're basically coming at this with a complete blank slate, and they're basically giving it the kind of, I don't know whether to say attention or work that deserves. For being such a, long classic story matchup. So they really want to give it their all and, bring it up to date with their modern standards.
Yeah. Like, I guess this is where I put in basically what my opinion is that I don't, I'm a newbie and a baby. So, like, I don't have the big extreme reactions of everyone. I can understand why people are probably disappointed that it's the same thing 3 times in a row. But also, I came in on the season where everything's been a banger, so, like...
And...
Yeah,
I fully expect the animation. Very good. I don't know if it's gonna be sprites or 3D. Devil Artemis said, he's not animating it, and if
Mm.
it was going to be like a 3D episode, I would have expected Devil Artemis, aka the biggest Dragon Ball animator on YouTube, to do it, but
Yeah.
well, I'm not like particularly like excited about it. I have mostly just kind of chilled and moved on from my initial annoyance.
Yeah. I was going with the theory because, like, I read Death Battle like last night, the subreddit before. I should say my last night because time zones. And one of my favorite guesses was the recycle symbol, which was true, I guess. But the recycle symbol for Ben 10 versus Green Lantern, and I was like, yeah, yeah, boy, that's me. I want that one. That would be funny.
It would be
But
funny, but also, God, I'd want that even less than fucking Goku vs. Superman 3.
I mean, that's entirely fair.
But yeah, it's going to be definitely very interesting. I don't think it's going to be. It's probably not going to be like the 10-minute animation the very first one did.
Oh God, I hope not.
It'll probably be lengthier than the average episode if I had to guess. Because fucking Frieza versus Megatron was like 4 or 5 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Was really surprising for just an episode in the middle of the season.
And then, so this is the second last one, right?
This is the penultimate. Yep.
Penultimate. And then the finale.
Then
Whoa.
the finale. Which I'll be honest, if I don't know what they're doing for the finale if the second to last is Goku versus Superman.
Ben 10 versus Green Lantern. Sans Undertale versus the Judge somehow. That would be kind of funny.
That would be funny. It's not happening, but it'd be funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that I get hyped for. What's the one thing that you think you'd get hyped for right now?
Yoshikage Kira versus Adachi. Toru Adachi.
That'd be pretty interesting.
It's not gonna happen, but that's what I'd want.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen the Link Death Battle yet. Though I've seen the Zelda one. It'd be cool to see a Legend of Zelda one that's not in the first season or something, because that's what it sounds like most of them are from. So,
Link versus Cloud and Zelda versus Peach was
and then they remade one of them.
Yeah, they remade Link versus Cloud.
Yeah. Like, I don't even care if Link or Zelda loses. There's this I could point at my blubber and go, wow, it's him. And then if he loses, I go, this is the timeline where the hero of time fucking loses. And then there's a different timeline where he fucking wins.
So the thing is, Blackjack, Ben has flat out deconfirmed that Columbo versus Light isn't happening, at least this season. Apparently all the references towards Columbo versus Light aren't even Liam's fault. It's the animating team sneaking him in all the goddamn time.
ID theory. We got it. It's gonna happen. They deconfirmed it, that means it's gonna happen. That's how it works.
Cause yeah, Light versus Columbo has been a matchup that Liam Swan, who's the head researcher, has joked about for probably a year and a half now.
Manifesting Columbo.
Columbo.
Everybody's explained exactly why it won't work, and I agree, but I still want to see it, you know?
Yeah, for the record, I don't think I've ever really said this on stream. The reason why Light versus Columbo I don't think can work in battle, and to the other side of the coin, the matchup that the community actually wants for Light, which is Walter White from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
The reason why those episodes can't really work in the confines of Death Battle is it would need to be like a 10-15 minute episode, right?
Yeah.
Because a straight like quote-unquote fight between these characters wouldn't really work.
Yeah.
I
mean, you could see Walter White beat the shit out of Columbo, but that's not what we're here for.
Yeah, it would need to be something that's kind of long form and a battle of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Light versus Columbo or Light versus Walter White, but it's not something that can work within the confines of Death Battle.
It would work much better in a written format, I think.
Yeah.
Unlike most of the death battles in general, where the animation really sells it, I think you could really form it in like a actual like mystery novel kind of thing, and I think it would work really well. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the thing is too, even if you do something that like to extend that length that makes it so that you aren't doing like an animation. Like, I don't know, maybe they do a visual novel. You'd still be like, you wouldn't be saving money so much because you're fucking paying out the other end for voice actors.
Yeah. Also, I just realized, I remember what I want to see, actually. Scratch everything else. Sorry if I interrupted you.
Go ahead.
I want to see Mono Bear versus what's his name? The purple guy.
Oh.
The Springtrap. I want to see Five Nights at Freddy's versus Danganronpa. I want them to explain Five Nights at Freddy's and also Danganronpa in one video, and then have them fight. Come on, come on.
I was holding out hope that the quote-unquote controversial episode is gonna be Junko versus Springtrap.
I want that as the finale. I want that full stop. Please give it to me.
It's never going to happen. That is so funny.
I want faith. I want to see Springtrap versus Monokuma. Come on. Yes. What? Yes, Bandit. Yes. Yeah, that'll be funny. Think of the chaos. It would be fantastic.
I've joked a lot about Junko versus Springtrap. Unironically, though, I do think it's probably Springtrap's best and Junko's second best.
Yeah. What is Junko's best, do you think?
I really like the Major from Helsing.
Okay, I don't know who that is. That's fair, though.
But, it's just a funny concept. Fucking Junko versus this Chuck E. Cheese animatronic.
And then it'll be great because, like, both of them are, like, all security cameras, and you could just have it, like, it could be like a redemption arc for the serial killer one with Michael and Jason, right? They're just both trying to get someone killed off. It would be really good. It would be so good.
But yeah, I after, like, the last 2 season finales, I've given up at any point trying to guess the season finales. They're, like, generally always out of nowhere, because you had season 9 or season 8 with Saitama versus Popeye, and then season 9 you had Gogeta versus Vegito.
Well, I hope it's not something like that, at least.
At the very least, it probably won't be Dragon Ball.
It'd be kind of funny if it was Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball.
Oh, I would die.
The death battle.
I dropped kind of a hot take earlier today where I said I think I may be getting a little bit more tired of Dragon Ball on Death Battle than I am fucking Marvel vs. DC.
I mean, to be fair to you, still kind of a hot take. It's usually like Goku, you know? Or Vegeta. Put like Chi-Chi in a bowl or something, and then that'll be new. You know?
Yeah, we haven't gotten... I mean, we did just get... I was gonna say we haven't gotten non-Saiyan in a while, but we literally just got Frieza. But... yeah, the main issue is they're running out of, like, super mainstream. Like, Gohan hasn't been in, Though, good fucking luck trying to get anyone to agree to a consensus on who Gohan should fight. Cell, kind of same deal. Is there a bit of Piccolo? There has not been a Piccolo.
Piccolo.
Interestingly enough, Piccolo's, oh my lord.
Aureo hates Piccolos.
One of Piccolo's opponents, was Martian Manor.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They're green.
Who just got put up against Silver Surfer. His other two are Knuckles and Magus from Chrono Trigger.
Magnus, you said?
Magus.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know who that is. I'm sounding like I don't, but I do.
Yeah, they're just kind of. I mean, I said this about Marvel vs. DC too. Which, hey, we haven't had a single Marvel vs. DC episode the entire back half of this season.
Until now.
This isn't Marvel vs. DC. This is just DC.
I guess you're right, but true. Look, Goku would be a Marvel.
I mean, Dragon Ball is pretty much akin to Cape shit in terms of
yeah.
but